Here's a quick update on the Negrete Hardscape design for the landscape drawings. I wanted to quickly show a couple things that are shown in the drawings. So we've updated the deck size for the field measurements that we took on Thursday, which was June 4th. So that size has been updated and is now shown in the deck plan drawing, which is L300. So in addition, I took the elevations of the threshold and the lower brick at the dining room and living room. So at the living room, this is the upper level of the brick and the upper level of the deck. The top of the brick is 7 3/4 of an inch below the nose of that threshold, and I've included these measurements in the email I'm sending out with the drawings to Hector. So this is the living room. That was taken right here, the upper level deck, and that section showing the height of the brick. The other location that I took elevations was at the dining room threshold right here. So this would be the lower level brick. The height of that is almost 11 inches, 10 15/16 below the nose of that threshold, which I'm using as 0. So assuming that 0 is pretty close to equal on both the dining room section and the living room section. So those are the elevations of the brick, which I thought might be helpful. Additionally, I don't think we need this. Yeah, we're not going to need this step at the upper level, stepping down into the garden here, just because of the elevation of the height of this deck is going to be less than 7 inches, as we definitely left less than 7 inches, more like 5 as we get to the step down. So we don't need a step around here, how we had shown in the last video. And I'll also just show which I've called out in the drawings, how the bottom of the barbecue island aligns with the pattern in the deck. That's how we locate it this direction, and there's the dimension on there for the other dimension. We have 4 pavers going out to the fire pit. I've shown a cap on the fire pit and what that starts to look like, what we talked about at the meeting. And then I also wanted to show the side gate, which we have in the drawings that I'm sending out, but we didn't talk about at the meeting. It's over here at the front of the house where the garage door is, and it's right next to it. We have a utility area over here with garbage cans, and so this gate is going to hide the trash cans that are behind it in this utility area. So this is a wood material that's going to match the same wood that we use in the deck. And this is a pretty big door. It's about 5 feet by 5 feet. Those dimensions are in the drawing. So I think this wood is going to need to be on some sort of a steel frame. There. So it'll be a steel frame with wood. These are 1-inch gaps between here, just to give it a little bit less of an opaque feeling, but still it's more of a screen gate that's just going to screen everything that's stored back there. So hopefully that helps. Give me a call if there are any questions on this, but hopefully this just shows the current deck design based on the discussion we had last Thursday. I've also updated, I've gotten rid of the mitered corners, so these are all butt joints at all the corners, and we also talked about staining the pattern trim pieces, which would be along the edges of the upper level and the lower level, as well as where we break up the deck with these trim pieces. So we're looking at staining those a darker color than the other deck, just to give a little bit of articulation to the different areas, and also to highlight the tread where people step off. So it just gives a little contrast between that edge piece and what's below it. So I think that's all. Let me know if there are any questions. Thanks.